Hello everyone, I'm Renown Zero, and we are back again talking about Capcom, of course, screwing everything up with this nonsense right here, where they said they were gonna have this Street Fighter 6 and Spycross Family collab, showed off this awesome trailer of Your Forager fighting off Chun-Li, and it looked pretty cool for a little bit until fans actually got to see what it truly was. And all it really was a bunch of costumes for avatars and stuff like that, and stuff that no one really cares about. People kind of expected costumes, like a full-on costume for a character, which they did show it in the trailer, but then it ended up being something completely different, essentially a bait and switch. The collab is disliked by fans. The Spycross family collaboration for Street Fighter 6 has finally arrived, and many have expressed distaste for it, with some of the hate being due to the awful custom avatars wearing Yor's outfit. An animated show was previously released to tease the collab, but now gameplay footage of the Lloyd and Yor Forger costumes is available. The collab wasn't well received, if the dislike bars on both the English and Japanese versions of the footage were any indication. As you can see here, the Japanese 2.9k dislikes, 7.3k dislikes on the English side. A few critics weren't amused by the less than stellar appearance of the custom character wearing the Yor Forger outfit. Some of the negative comments on the English footage video noted they were hoping for a Yor outfit for the existing characters, or that Yor herself would be playable. See, now Yor herself being playable would have been an excellent move by Capcom, but unfortunately, they weren't smart enough to figure that out after creating a fantastic game with Street Fighter 6. This person saying, I love more the concept art than the execution. Congratulates Capcom. You did what a team of modders could do in a week. We all knew it was coming. It is what it is. Avatar this, Avatar that. Imagine how many sales they would have made if they gave the costume to Chun-Li or even Juri, which is what they showed. They showed Juri with the costume. It would have been a nice surprise if Yor was a playable character with their own moveset. I hope one day they realize the Avatar stuff is not what people want. Haven't even done anything with the Avatar stuff. I just created a kind of generic Avatar and moved on. I was hoping so hard it would be an actual costume for a character. Although I enjoy the avatar system, I don't like that new pieces are limited to them. I want to dress the real game characters in those outfits. I think some of us didn't get to see what a double KO sounds like in an avatar battle, but at 332, I think we know. With all these collaborations, you guys had the potential to be one of the best fighting games of all time, yet it's hard making a skin part of your main cast. I wanted Yor to be a playable character. Thanks for not failing to disappoint. That's just a simple skin that modders can do. If you can't make yours a full character, why even bother? We just want more costumes at an affordable price for our characters, but okay. Capcom, as always, manages to disappoint us in a brilliant way. For a moment, I really believed that they were going to put Yor in the game. Oh, I wish we got a costume for Chun-Li. The comments kind of just go on and on and on. And then they decide to add on more bad news by sneaking in DRM into people's backlogs and attacking mods. Because you can't have mods. You can't have mods that make games better, make them look better, or run better. Capcom has recently begun adding Enigma Protector to their catalog of games, including older titles. Enigma Protector is designed to, quote, protect games from piracy and cheating, which they kind of consider cheating as mods, I guess. Mods that don't affect the gameplay in any way, shape, or form, except for FPS. But most notably, this has had a chilling effect on Capcom's inventive and enthusiastic modding community. Games receiving the DRM go as far back as 2013, with Resident Evil Revelations being updated with the software. While disappointing, it shouldn't come as a big surprise. Last year, Capcom made a presentation which included a handful of slides maligning mods. Capcom seemed especially worried about mods which violate public order and morals. Many mods for Capcom games range are innocent graphical changes, like the shapely Minao mod, but admittedly some mods can be considered borderline cheating, particularly in Monster Hunter, which allows for cooperative play online. Capcom is apparently striking channels for mod usage. Capcom has also allegedly been aggressively attacking YouTube channels that upload videos which use mods via copyright strikes. Some gamers are blaming Capcom's aggressive anti-mod stance on a recent incident where a spicy Chun-Li mod found itself in a Street Fighter tournament in front of hundreds of spectators. Yeah, can't show that, unfortunately. They were concerned with mods. Here's the story. In a recent presentation for the new Resident Evil engine, Capcom included a slide which clarified their position on PC mods. In their presentation, Capcom calls PC gaming as risky due to the ability of users to mod, edit, and cheat the game software. The company goes as far as to say, quote, PC games give a high degree of freedom, but they are also free to be tampered with. You can check out the relevant presentation slides below. Anti-cheat, anti-piracy. While cheating can become a problem in competitive games, many Capcom games benefit from mods such as quality of life mods in Monster Hunter, client-side cosmetics in Street Fighter, or Resident Evil, and more. And this comes, of course, they reversed the updated DRM with Resident Evil Revelations. Capcom reverses Resident Evil Revelations update with Enigma DRM. Which, if you don't know what DRM is, it's a digital rights management that basically says you have to check into an online server to verify that the game is legit, that you actually purchased the game and didn't essentially go into a boat and sail the high seas to find a copy of the game. Capcom has rolled back a recent update to the 11-year-old game Resident Evil Revelations, which added a DRM called Enigma Protector. The DRM was noticed after Steam players began reporting errors when launching Revelations last week, including a reduced and unstable frame rate as well as broken mods. Steam users review-bombed Revelations with complaints about Enigma, which prompted Capcom to roll back the game on the 9th of January, which can be seen on its history via SteamDB. Quote, due to an issue observed with the latest update released, Capcom stated on Steam, we have reverted the corresponding update, the company said once the issue is resolved. It plans to re-release the update, so they plan to put the DRM back. It did not specify whether Enigma is the culprit for the newly introduced problems, or they re-released the update. Problems players have been facing Revelations, nor whether Enigma will be added back in a future update. I'm sure they'll do that when people forget about it, and then they'll put it back when you're not noticing once again. This is not the first instance of Capcom adding Enigma Protector to its older games. After removing the Nouveau from Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection last year, glad I didn't buy that game, the company then added Enigma to the game. The remaster of Ghost Trick Phantom Detective also received the same treatment. Wake up, babe. New Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection update just dropped. This one adds checks notes. New DRM. The same DRM was recently added to Mega Man Zero ZX Legacy Collection. Fantastic, Capcom. Do the dumbest things you can do. That'll get people to continue buying your games. Capcom's recent moves to include Enigma Protector in its games is likely linked to its recent presentation, which equated all mods to cheats and warned of, quote, reputational damage by mods that are offensive to public order and morals. I'd hate to paint mods in a broad stroke, but I do believe there's a difference between people using mods in a 10-year-old single-player game and using mods which give players an advantage in a competitive game. Probably falls somewhere in the middle of those two, that the spicy mod that was broadcast. Some users took to Enigma's forums to mention the impact Enigma Protector is believed to have had on Resident Evil Revelations' performance, to which an admin replied, quote, curious what action do you need from us, and why do you blame us that someone used our software? Someone use? We did not push to use it. What is our guilt, you think? Just reading the person's quote, by the way. There's clearly some here. And why are you so sure that all that you reported belongs to our software? Maybe you are so angered because you can't use the cheats anymore? No, it's because people can't use mods that improve the game's quality, the game's QOL, if you will, quality of life, if you will. And we'll bring this back up, closing out the video. Capcom warns of reputational damage from mods which violate public order and morals. Capcom says mods for its PC games can cause, quote, reputational damage thanks to content which causes offense to public order and morals, resulting in a blow to the games and presumably the company's image. The statement was made during a recent presentation uploaded to Capcom's research and development YouTube channel on anti-cheat and anti-piracy measures and how Capcom is tackling them in-house. Mods are popular with users because they allow them to add or change various features to an existing game. Capcom said admitting the majority of mods can have a positive impact, but some mods are seen as detrimental by the company in terms of reputational damage and workload. Quote, there are a number of mods that are offensive to public order and morals. Capcom continued, when these are disseminated, the image of the product is tarnished and branding is affected. The presentation doesn't contain any example of what Capcom means by this or what it considers to be, quote, offensive to public order and morals. Of course not, because they just want everything gone. They don't want you modifying their games, essentially, even though it makes it better, because they feel like you will go even further and do worse things. Capcom and Resident Evil are practically synonymous with modding at this point. Many are a bit frivolous, fun, and can turn Chainsaw Man into Shrek, give your baby the head of a 50-year-old Chris Redfield, or perform the classic Thomas the Tank Engine swap, and I've seen quite a few of those. They're pretty great. Mods which do things like putting Nemesis in beach trunks or the inevitable spicy mods are a bit more risque, but it's not clear if this is what Capcom was referring to as offensive to public order and morals, because again, they don't present any examples. I understand fine, honestly. In the same presentation, Capcom stated for the sake of anti-cheat and anti-piracy, all mods are defined as cheats. That is to say that mods that are not officially supported by the game are impossible to distinguish from cheat tools implementation-wise. They should probably find a way to differentiate between the two, honestly. It continued, indeed, a piece of anti-tamper software can't detect a mod's intention, but if I give myself infinite ammo in a single-player game, I'm not sure what cheating I'm guilty of. I mean, technically you're cheating because you're putting in something that the game doesn't normally have, but at the same time, in my opinion, it's a single-player game. You should be able to mod the crap out of it any way you want, similar to how they do with Skyrim. It's a single-player game. You should be able to mod it to all heck. Doesn't really matter. I think everyone should be able to mod a single player game. I just don't think you should be able to mod multiplayer games that give you an advantage, similar, like I said a little bit earlier, wall hacks, no clip, stuff like that. At the end of the day, Capcom is essentially making terrible decisions while putting out an amazing game in Street Fighter 6. Although I still disagree that modern control should not be in Street Fighter 6. I think it was a extreme detriment to that game. Outside of that, the game is pretty freaking balanced. It's pretty solid. It did win Fighting Game of the Year at the Game Awards, which to me, award shows don't really mean much, but in my opinion, I think Street Fighter 6 absolutely deserved it. But we continue to cover all of this stuff when it comes to Capcom essentially banning mods. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit the like button. Comment below how you feel about all this. Do you think mods should be outright banned? Bell for notifications, set the bell to all, that way you get notifications anytime I post a new video or live stream, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.